شهر أكتوبر يعتبر شهر توعوي في العالم للحماية من سرطان الثدي وتوعية النساء بشكل دوري للفحوصات اللي يعملون فحوصات وتذكيرهم بالفحوصات اليومية التي قد تقام في البيت أو في المستشفيات بشكل سنوي.
So stress is shown to have impact on any disease, the quality of our lifestyle. However, the research does not show direct correlation in between stress and cancer.
There is a relation if on all illness, stress make it hard for the patient. So any not only breast cancer, any cancer or any disease, stress and mind play when mind play in a negative way, so I think it will have effect.
Especially when the cancer, when we already have a person that receives the diagnosis and the way that the person is perceiving the state, the way that the environment of the person is reacting, it's very important. The stress itself can cause the faster development of the disease, or stress reduction techniques can reduce the speed of development and also increase the efficiency of chemotherapy or any therapy that's been received. However, we cannot confirm or say that something is directly correlated if the research shows differently. But personally, I
read about a study. They said for the breast cancer, if they make for 20% like dancing, they make for them dancing sessions and mindfulness and happiness. It's just when you dance, you are happy. So that's happiness. In men, it's rare. So that's why maybe socially, it's not accepted. The man will never accept to go and make any test or see himself by himself or by the doctor, so they never think about that. So it's difficult for them to accept it.
Yeah. They probably will not even notice.
Yes.
There is no self-checkup.
Yes.
There is no. They're not going to mammogram. I mean.
So they are connected socially because in our culture, man is very. Even he cannot cry.
In any culture to be, and even women, they're not really that willing to go check up on themselves regularly. So it's, yeah.
But I think this Pink October is a good reminder for us. So even we are so busy in our routine, so Pink October is very good reminder too. But I think everything is connected. Your mind is connected with your body. If you think positively, if you think nice, and you have the mindfulness, and this will affect your body your whole life. So I think it's connected.
So how it works, that stress will definitely impact our quality of life, our overall well-being. It will also impact our lifestyle. If we feel more stress, we will be attracted to less quality food, less quality activities. We will not be inspired to move more. Maybe we will not be inspired even to socialize, to create connections. Now, being chronic or acute stress, it affects our body in a different way. However, today, with all the things that are happening around us, even if there is no disease in place, we deal with stress in an unhealthy way. We don't allow ourselves to process stress in a right way. So there is this misconception that we should avoid it. And also there is this, for me, misconception about a healthy stress. I heard a lot of people saying that stress is healthy as a motivator. I feel like the better motivator is actually bliss and peace and being happy. It can be also something that will inspire us to do good things in our life. Now, evolutionary, we've been reacting in a certain way if there is a strong stressor in an environment. past, that was if an animal is attacking, if there is a storm happening, if there is something that is sudden. It was not a boss or a mother-in-law or stress of the school or education. So our body is actually built to react in a certain way for those kind of stressors. So our adrenals, like stress hormones, they start overworking. Our limbs, our extremities, all the energy goes there, so we can either fight, either run away, flight, and our intelligence basically shuts off. Our whole system reacts on instincts. Our immunity lowers down because that's not necessary in those situations, and we're ready to fight or flight, and that's good for short-term stress. Today, what we do is we apply the same response to the long-term stress. And throughout the length period of time, our immunity is compromised, our decision-making is compromised, and this can affect anyone, even healthy people. So we get more sick, we get more tired, we get more exhausted. This doesn't inspire us to have a, more dense in our life, more joyful lifestyle.
So you are saying that we have to pause and breathe?
Yes.
We have to have, whenever we face anything like that, we have to pause and breathe before talking or thinking.
Exactly. Okay. To be within the body, to allow ourselves to feel safe.
And like you go step back, then go forward. It's like that.
I think we all have different options. Everyone find what they feel comfortable with. What I like to do when I notice myself, my heart rate going up, when it's shortness of breath, when I notice this need to run away or to attack, I like to touch my heart, take a deep breath in, and tell myself internally or out loud, if it's possible, that you're safe. I'm safe, and take a few deep breaths, just to calm and rethink or reobserve. Now, it's not always easy to be done with a long-term stress. If someone is constantly
having that.
Yes, if a boss is constantly, I don't know, it can be shouting at you or undermining you. But now, to apply it with a cancer, our thoughts are affecting our emotions. So the way that we perceive things affects how we're going to react on things. Are we going to react? Are we going to observe? And once the person and the family receives the news that there is something that is possibly causing death, like cancer, the person gets terrified, family gets terrified, and it's not easy to react from I'm safe because you're not, or you don't feel safe. It's not easy to dance. It's not easy to see yourself. I believe faith helps also, but it's not easy to see yourself as safe in the future. Family gets scared. They get terrified.
So is it, it's consciousness, your consciousness give you the safety? If you are higher in consciousness and you can go within yourself and calm yourself first?
I believe whatever gives you feeling of safety, go to that. If it is prayer, if it is meditation, if it is dancing, if it is painting, if it is whatever allows the person to connect to their consciousness, to themselves, do that. It's very individual. We all have different concepts. Yes. The more we believe in something, whatever it is, the more help we will receive. Only even from that belief, it will help us feel calmer. Some research shows that people who are breast cancer patients, they are very nice, very kind. They are actually people pleasers. They are not givers. They are givers. So when this happens to them, it's not easy.
They shut down.
They shut down, and they feel guilty. It's not easy to receive help, and then everyone around are trying to push solutions. They're overwhelmed with the different techniques. So I it's not it's very tricky dynamics how to deal with it. It's a long answer to your question, but all of this stress, exactly, and all of this stress can actually contribute to faster development of the cancerogenic cells, and also it can inhibit the treatment. It can make the constant stress can make it less efficient because it affects certain hormones, and yes, it can in this case. What I know, maybe UAE has different also approach to the rest of the world. Here, I feel women are very protected. I love the fact that there is women are privileged. Opposite of the belief that the world might have, I'm 10 years in UAE, and I always felt extremely safe and privileged to be a woman here. There is special lanes for women. Everything is really designed for women to feel more safe and to have easier approach to everything, including healthcare. However, in world, maybe even here, there's a lot of shame regarding it because it's connected to something that is very private and very personal. So women could be ashamed to share at work what is happening. That could also delay the visiting of hospitals because they would be afraid to find out. Then it's, I believe...
It's all about the shame, right?
It's all about the shame. Here...
But as the rules and everything, we have the rules, we have the...
The rules are very well set.
Yeah, even
in corporate world in West, where women are competing, even here, when women are in competition with men, they actually don't want to be seen as weaker, so they could hide the diagnosis. So if they hide the diagnosis and still go to work, they don't receive the help that they would receive for the shame. It's a very low frequency, and that doesn't allow you to receive or even seek for help in some ways. So the ones that I would like to focus on, and the ones that are proven by research, is mindfulness and different techniques, different therapy techniques like behavioral therapy. So behavioral therapy, I also know that the EFT will be very efficient for fatigue, stress reduction, and improvement of focus, reducing of the negative and disturbing thoughts. So I would suggest that whatever is going to be closer to people and people understanding, as long as they make any effort towards calming their overall organism, towards reducing stress, it will be preventing or reducing or inhibiting the development of any disease.
Before all that, accepting the news is number one. When you accept this, and you take it by faith, then you can do mindfulness practices. I think that's number one, right? If you don't accept and you make meditation or you make yoga or anything, and you still inside you are not accepting, why do you have that? I'm doing everything. Why do I have that?
This is why I am mentioning EFT. You know that doing meditation is not easy when you feel so stressed out. You cannot sit and meditate, it's not going to work. Breath work helps, moving helps prior to meditation. Then you kind of sit there and allow the energy to settle. But what EFT is proven to be able to do, EFT is tapping, to be able to do is to reduce stress, reduce PTSD symptoms, it reduces fears. So if this technique, after you do it, is allowing you to feel more calm and more acceptant, then you will be able to easier meditate and be mindful in there. So also NLP could help, and any visualization technique, but this is, sometimes you need expert.
Yes, of course.
Sometimes don't, it depends. We're all individual, and we all need a different care style to be able to reach the acceptance. I mean, I've been healthy what I realize, women, they want to be perceived as strong, and it's really not easy for them to accept that they have to be weak, as in allow themselves to be vulnerable, not weak, vulnerable. It's not easy to allow themselves to be perceived vulnerable and accept that there will be now time frame where they have to be vulnerable. EFT, mindfulness, behavioral techniques, other therapy can allow us to reach that acceptance, which is the most important. Because once we accept, we allow
we can do change.
we can do change.
ردا على السؤال، هل هناك علاقة بين المرض والضغوطات؟ نعم، هناك علاقة وطيدة أيضا، لأن أي مرض يكبر ويتفاقم بسبب التوتر. فهل هناك طرق لمعالجة هذا التوتر؟ نعم، هناك طرق اللي هو المديتيشن واليوغا والNLP، وأول والعلاج رقم 1 هو الثقة بالله وحسن الظن بالله، وبعد ذلك تستطيع أن تتخذ طرق مثل اليوغا والمديتيشن لمعالجة هذا المرض. So here in UAE we have yearly on October awareness sessions in hospitals, in companies, in schools. We are doing this for a whole month, October. We have also free tests in hospitals. Also they are showing us how to self-test and these things. So yes, the yearly awareness is good for in UAE, of course.
In general, UAE, especially for the past few years, focused a lot on mental health, on general health, and I was part of few campaigns for breast cancer awareness and also for mental health of men and mental health of women. I believe that it's probably more at this moment than anywhere else in the world. From what I notice, I think that the whole country has the same focus. From also Dubai Fitness Challenge is focused on a physical aspect. It's the whole month of the activities. So as we know that the lifestyle is one of the crucial factors also for any cancer, and breast cancer. From lifestyle it can be affected for the food we eat, quality of the food, fitness, physical activity. I think that the UAE is doing their best.
شهر توعية لسرطان الثدي، وسرطان الثدي هو أكثر انتشاراً وأكبر نسبة في السرطانات الأخرى بين النساء خاصة. ودولة الإمارات من الدول المتقدمة في نشر التوعية للمرأة لمدة شهر كامل وهو شهر أكتوبر. هناك كثير من الفعاليات والفحوصات التي تتم للمرأة في جميع أنحاء الدولة، سواء كان في المستشفيات الخاصة أو الحكومية. فالرعاية، رعاية المرأة ورعاية هذا النوع من السرطانات هو مهم بالنسبة للدولة لكثرة انتشارها.
Now, NLP and other techniques, but NLP explained to us strongly how our perception works. What we are not aware of is that around 95% of our time throughout the day, we're not conscious actually. We're not aware what is happening. We are in our brain, in our mind, in our thoughts. And we're doing things quite automatically. Yes. So the mindfulness helps for being more aware and being more present in the body. So the brain is wired like that with a reason. Habits can be good if those are the habits that are beneficial to us. So what we do with NLP is actually reconstruct the habits that are not beneficial. We call them bad, but to actually exchange them with the habits that are beneficial. Like cut and paste something new, like a computer. Now, I know that we said 95% of the thoughts of the behaviors are actually unconscious, and 95% of our thoughts are the same as yesterday. So from that 95%, around 87% is negative, evolutionary. Why? Because our prefrontal cortex is designed to focus on problems, to detect problems and dangers in a past. Now today we don't have dangers of different animals or weather we know what kind of weather is going to be. We have a safe shelter. So our brain, our mind is being engaged with different things to detect different problems in our environment. And throughout the time, with the different techniques, we can change this. And we can engage the mind, not with something that is not a problem, but with problems that we want to find a solution for. We can benefit. Let's say, how do I feel more happy? How do I feel more healthy? So the brain, the mind will still search for solutions for these problems, and not how do I feel less stressed. You know, less stressed, again, the focus is on stress because it's a negative. So once we understand these things or these features of the mind, we can actually present problems that we want to have a solution to. Now, all of this, when you take the information that is average 49,000 to 75,000 thoughts a day within the day, and that around 87% of this is negative, and that we only notice around 5%, we can walk unconscious throughout our life without understanding how many negative things is crossing our mind, creating the results that we don't want, and complaining about them, being in a victim mode, and feeling like the world is against us, just only because we don't understand how the mind functions. So my passion is teaching people how to improve quality of their life by improving quality of their thoughts and understanding how to manage them. We can use breath work and breathing to reduce the amount of the thought and to shift the focus and kind of rewire what is happening right now in a moment. We can use other techniques. We always have a lot of thoughts, so it's very important to reprogram them, to have a subconscious thoughts that are self-supporting, that are self-soothing, that are pushing us to feel better, to do even better, to feel even more happy, to feel even more satisfied. And the acceptance is very important. The acceptance that there is this negativity present within us. Exactly.
And there is also live here and now. When you live here and now, the quality of your thought will be better only for now. You will not think about your past, or you will not think about your future. So there is no stress if you just think about now and here. So I think this is
I think as well, but it's not always easy.
That's the high consciousness. When you just live here and now, this is whenever I go somewhere else, I just here and now. Only this world, here and now. I just bring it to myself, and I'm here. Yeah, I'm happy. Everything is perfect. So I bring myself here. I don't like to think what's going to do in the next hour. I don't think about that. So even if I have a meeting or something, I don't think of what I will say there, what will happen there. So here and now, I'm fine. I'm okay. We will see there.